Now that the Bat family know the deep dark secret behind Arkham Tower, will they be able to alert the powers that be before everything goes to hell in a handbasket? Well, let's hop into the pages of Detective Comics number 1054 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up pretty directly from where the last issue left off, the Party Crashers had managed to corner the members of the Bat family in their sewer hideout and are now letting them have it with gunfire. Some of the Batgirls begin to wonder out loud why exactly it is they make their base of operations in a cave. It's not like they're real bats, and also that was more Batman's kind of thing, and he's not around anymore. The plan is for the heroes to turn back this attack so Kate Kane Batwoman can make a beeline to City Hall and tip off Mayor Nakano about everything that Dr. Ware and the Psycho Pirate have been doing with Arkham Tower. Kate better hurry too, as tonight of all nights just so happens to be the grand opening of Arkham Tower to regular, everyday, non-costume, non-criminally insane patients. There's supposed to be a big party and everything. We can see that Dr. Ware, con man that he is, has already started cutting every corner that he possibly can. They got red balloons, which is always a dark omen. 99 red balloons float by, etc., etc. And instead of paying an actual wait staff, they decided they would just slap some name tags on the good behavior patients and get them to serve food to the public. Oh yeah, nothing can possibly go wrong here. Ware is also really starting to feel the pinch from his gangland contacts. He's so close to taking the mayor's money and running, but not before Oswald Cobblepot the Penguin gives the man an hour to pay his loan from the last issue, lest he send in his own private goon squad to start breaking legs. This really truly ends up being a day where anything that can go wrong positively does go wrong, as a bunch of the nurses and other staff decide that they're going to quit, feeling the residual effects of the Psycho Pirate messing with their mind and figuring that no job is worth this sort of distress. So yeah, Arkham Tower is now officially understaffed too, which might explain why no one sees heavily armed party crashers come through the front door, also looking to take the other half of the drug shipment that Ware promised them. They also plan to kill Ware too for jerking them around as much as he had. The only thing that Ware had in his back pocket was the power of the Psycho Pirate, only Nightwing went to go deal with that in the last issue, meaning that poor Harold is officially at the breaking point. He doesn't have enough power to pacify all the inmates, the party crashers, penguins, goons, and Dick right in front of him. And as soon as Psycho Pirate ends up losing control of the patients, they revert right back to their regularly old violent selves, and now they have an entire room full of hostages, including poor Mayor Nakano's wife, who was sent in there to try and get some of this miracle treatment that Dr. Ware had been trumpeting about. The whole thing takes on another tragic dimension too when we realize that Nakano had actually pulled strings to get his wife into the facility, meaning that he literally delivered a hospital full of madmen and supervillains a very high-value poker chip to play. The building ends up erupting in a full-on riot. Luckily, Dick and Steph are there to try and keep the peace as best they can. We also find out that Stephanie Brown was not the other Harley Quinn running around the tower. So, there's one fan theory we can chuck. Also, in a day where absolutely nothing has worked at Arkham Tower, apparently the security protocols locking down all the entrances and exits do work. Unfortunately, they end up working too well, meaning that all these innocent people and a couple heroes are trapped inside an asylum tower filled with murderous villains, including the architect of all of this, Dr. Ware himself. And well, if you read the first issue, you know exactly how his story ends up ending, don't you, as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Detective Comics number 1054, everybody. And once again, I really have to take my hat off to Mariko Tamaki. Over this weekly series, we've seen her build this beautifully intricate house of cards, and now we all get to watch and sit glee as the whole thing ends up falling down on itself. The best part is that all those themes that have kept me so invested from the very beginning are still very strong here. The idea of Gotham's social services always seeming to fail people, the destructive costs of greed and ego held by only a few, it's good stuff. It's also why I give it another very strong 8 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, Cape Jewel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Jewel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.